Woody the Woodpecker is a cartoon character created in 1940 by Walter Lantz. The cartoon bird was very popular for its time and eventually faded into obscurity. Until they brought his ass back for a direct-to-DVD live-action movie. Originally, Illumination had planned to make a completely animated movie, but then realized the only people who still gave a shit about Woody the Woodpecker lived in Brazil. So around 6 years later, Universal decided to take matters into their own hands and gave the project to Alex Zam, well-known director of many direct-to-DVD movies, so, you know. The movie was released theatrically in Brazil, but luckily over here in the States we were spared with a direct-to-DVD video release. I don't know why they thought making this was a good idea. Even Illumination knew it was bad. With all that said, how is the movie? Well, it's ass. But we're going to talk about it anyway. We begin the film with our main character being awoken by the sounds of poachers and addressing the audience. Yeah, instead of behaving like his original counterpart where he was kind of just a dick and a public nuisance, here he's just kind of a hybrid of Deadpool and SpongeBob. So Woody defeats the Peckerwooded poachers who don't really seem to care that a bird can talk. Okay. Then the movie decides to cut from a poorly animated bird to a poorly acting lawyer who gets fired because he doesn't like animals. That's a stupid reason to get fired. And he has to watch his son who's a little asshole because of a divorce or something. So to try and make some money, the two of them and the dad's fiancée set out to a plot of land so they can build a house that other people can stay in. But on the way there, controversy ensues.
I won't play ever again. Happy now, Lance?
Lance? What happened to Dad?
I know you don't want me here. The only kid you want in your life is your girlfriend.
Get fucked, Lance. When they arrive to the promised land, they're greeted by a lovely view and a ranger who looks even younger than the guy's girlfriend. She leaves after passively aggressively shitting on them, all because he wants to build a house on his property. An ugly-ass house, if I might add.
I like her. She's cool.
Don't worry about it, baby. Hey, Tommy, come help me with this stupid grill.
Sounds like fun, Lance, but I think I'm gonna go explore a little. Like you say, can't play video games all the time.
What, does he want to go try and fuck her? Anyway, Michael Cera sits in the woods drumming on a table to some shit music, and when he hears a strange noise.
Whoa.
What the heck are you?
And seems to be very unimpressed by the fact that a bird can talk.
Wow, you are really cool for a woodpecker.
Are those peanut butter bunkers? I'm a sucker for peanut butter. Come on, brother. Share the wealth. Spread the love. Hook me up.
What are you trying to tell me?
I don't remember Woody being such a whore for peanut butter, but okay.
It's okay.
Damn, the sexual chemistry is great between these two. Later on, Woody comes to get more food and this happens.
The more you eat, the more you... Disgusting.
Welp, I'm killing myself. After that shit, construction begins, and for a movie with an environmental message, there sure is a lot of people fucking up the forest in this movie. Meanwhile, the kid goes into a guitar store where he gets hit on.
You planning on buying it, or just tuning it to death?
Sorry, I was just browsing.
Don't sweat it. Play away. I'm Jill.
I'm Tommy.
Are you visiting?
Yeah, my dad's building this house by the river.
Oh man, that mega mansion everyone's talking about?
Wow, they really can act.
You're not bad.
Why is this thing now guitar playing when earlier it was drumming? It would make sense because earlier that's how he met Woody, was by drumming on the table. Nobody cares? Okay. Whatever.
I can make you a really sweet deal on that guitar if you like.
Sorry, I don't fuck dudes. So the other kid wants Tim Blake Nelson to join them in the music competition.
If you help us out, I'll lend you that guitar for free for the whole summer. You interested?
Yeah, totally.
After that, the boy's harassed by two little shits. But he's saved!
Get ready to go commando.
After sexually harassing two minors, their friendship only grows stronger.
Fun fact, I almost got my butt kicked on the way home.
What are you talking about? By who?
A couple Neanderthal kids. It's okay because Woody saved me.
Who's Woody?
The woodpecker.
Do not mention that stupid bird.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Last I remember, that stupid bird wasn't the one covered in bird poop.
You know what? That's enough out of you. You're in a timeout. Go to your room.
I'm talking about how disrespectful your son is to me.
Oh. Yeah, that.
This isn't what I signed up for, okay? Being stepmom to a bratty kid who hates me.
Maybe he doesn't hate you. If anything, he's just mad at me.
You know, the divorce stuff in this movie feels so out of place, it's almost like it doesn't belong in a Woody the Woodpecker movie. Following the scene where he almost kills the dad and fiancé, Papa Lance decides to get advice from the ranger girl. Finds out he can't kill the endangered bird.
Well, I'm not gonna flee. Can we just kill it?
No, you can't just kill it. The woodpecker is a protected species. You'd be breaking the law. A $10,000 fine.
Did you take credit cards?
And 2 years in jail.
You know, that reminds me. Isn't it illegal to build on land home to an endangered species? Never mind that shit, we got terrible music to listen to.
Everybody's heard about the bird.
Yeah, this here is my jam. Oh yeah, that's right. I bet by
Wow, this is ass. This is really ass. Okay, then we watch Woody return to his roots by being a public menace and attempting to murder the fiancé.
Anyone else smell gas? And it's not me this time.
Nothing works around here.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Holy shit, dude! This prompts a lady to understandably pack her bags and leave, but also begs the question, with Woody the Woodpecker having such a large Brazilian audience, why is the only Brazilian character such a cunt?
I will get rid of that woodpecker. I promise you.
It's too late, Lance. You're not the man I thought you were. I fell in love with a cold, heartless courtroom killer, not a man who loses to a flying squirrel.
Anywho, they try to have a conversation way too deep for this movie, and the dad hires the Hicks from the beginning of the movie to capture Woody. Later, the kids find the evil lair, filled with taxidermy. Ooh. They're told by the brothers to leave, and then this.
Everybody thinks I'm crazy. Yes, sirree, that's me, that's me. That's what I'm cracked up to be. I chop a hole and a return. Knock on wood. Knock on wood.
Oh wow, my ears are bleeding.
But what can I do? So are you.
They try to capture the bird, but to no avail. So the dad takes the ranger girl's advice and try to live in peace with the bird.
Honey, you like cookies? Everybody likes cookies. There'll be plenty more where those come from. Whole brand new box every day.
And so then they pay off Woody like the mafia, and they're able to finish the house.
Well, Mr. Walters, looks like you're gonna get your house.
Over schedule and over budget. We did it.
The dad and son get along with Woody, but meanwhile the villains patiently wait to make their move.
Ain't never ever gonna get that bird. It's always with them.
Just a matter of time. I'll just keep your shirt on. Wasn't planning on taking it off. Seriously?
The music festival finally arrives. Woody shits at some ice cream, and the band's drummer eats a bunch of hot dogs. The kid is dressed like a faggot, and they run into trouble, however, because the drummer gets food poisoning, or his stomach hurts. Either way, he ate a bunch of hot dogs, and he's out of commission. Luckily, the band was shit in the first place, so the audience's expectations were already low enough to trip on. Yep, still bleeding. So I guess Woody helps the kids by constructing a drum set out of cans and pencils, and plays along. Hey, here's an idea. Why don't you play the drums, kid, since you seem to be so keen on playing them earlier? Anyway, the dad's proud of him and nobody cares that a bird can play the drums. So Woody burns down their house. This causes the dad to put a hit out on the bird, and Woody gets his bitch ass knocked out.
Happy place.
The boy knows Woody will die, but nobody cares until the dad realizes the value of having a talking bird.
Woody, you were trying to burn the house down. Oh no.
The inbred brothers try to sell the bird while the boy attempts to rescue him.
Woody's been taken. I need your help.
What? No way.
Kids suck at rescuing and are put into a giant cage. Sure. Turns out the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree because the dad also gets captured as well. And put into another giant cage I guess they just had lying around. Their capture doesn't last too long, however, for Woody escapes. He beats some ass and then the 5-0 arrive. The villains try to cheese it and escape to Canada, whose border is holy shit. No wonder illegal immigration is so bad. We don't need a wall, all we need is a fucking lock.
And for this week's lesson, gravity.
The villains are easily captured, and honestly I appreciate their hammy acting, but their talent is wasted here. Finally, the dad, who I guess has infinite amount of money, decides to build a less ugly house, and Woody is a part of the broken family. They all live happily ever after.
Boy, someone's in a hurry for the credits.
Yes, I am in a rush. Please, end! The movie ends and they play a Woody cartoon that kinda sucks. This movie may not be the worst thing ever, but it sure as hell isn't good. I can't say this movie was so bad it gave the actor who played the dad a stroke, but come on. If you listen to the director talk about this movie, you can really see he wanted to show respect to the character and legacy of Woody the Woodpecker. Unfortunately, everything still sucks. I wouldn't recommend this to anyone, and even though I appreciate the director's effort to revive Woody the Woodpecker, in my opinion, the original cartoons weren't really that great. Woody Woodpecker is iconic, don't get me wrong, it's just that the cartoons themselves weren't really that phenomenal. Besides good animation, all they really had going for them was, I guess, a song that was a hit. Geezer's better than a generic kids movie that tries to be so hip and trendy and just downright cringy. No part of it really feels sincere or genuine, it's just a whole lot of bullshit. And with all that said, my name's Jose, and until next time, have a good time.